Bacteriophage Talk this year. So I am Salsabila.
And I'm Alvina, your host.
So in this episode, we're gonna talk about student life in university.
Yeah, very typical topic, I think.
Yeah.
But we specifically going to talk about the student exchange aspect because we got a very special guest here with us in the studio today. So let's hear from our guest.
Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello, my name is Wienke and I'm an exchange student from Germany, and I'm studying in Germany food processing and biotechnology, and I'm here to study at the Faculty of Biology, so it's like quite similar to what I'm doing at home, and I'm staying here like for the whole semester just to get to know everything and everyone, and yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take several classes in here. So what are the classes that you have to take specifically in the biology department?
I have some special classes that I've never heard before, something like orchidology, where we learn a lot about flowers and breeding, so this was really new to me. And a class that I really like is aquatic.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Some class.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like really something else what I usually learn at home. So it's like a different point of view, and that's really nice for just completing my knowledge, you know, like get a different point of view of everything. And what kind of classes do I have here? Also, it's like ecophysiology and biotech medical. It's really interesting because like we dealing a lot with proteins and mosquitoes and trying to analyze the proteins of it. So it's like really interesting, and yeah, I really like it so far.
It's interesting. I'm glad that you like your classes. You told us about your major in your home university. It's about food biotechnology, right?
Yeah.
So what is that about? What are you learning there? How are the classes going? So something like that.
Yeah, also we start like with the basic for biology and chemistry and physics, and it's also a little bit math, of course. But like during the studies, it gets a little bit more specific about real food processing, and we focus a lot about how to increase the quality of food production, and we always think through the whole process. And we have some subjects that are like animal food processing or plant-based food processing. So we focus a lot about that on the one side, but we also have classes in biotechnology where we do some, of course, biotechnology stuff, and we work a lot with upscaling and downscaling processing. So with bioreactors, and we try to produce some E. coli or stuff. Like it's really interesting because it has such a big impact in producing things for medicals. So this is quite both sides, you know.
Interesting. So is there any like a specific food process that you do, maybe from dairy products or anything else? Probably.
Yes, we have some practical classes as well for these kind of subjects. So last year we tried to produce our own sausages, like really
sounds nice.
dry sausages, and we went to like a small practice factory where we could do like on our own. So we are really close to the process itself, and we always have to observe the whole process and of course the product in the end. So it's like really near to what you're actually doing like in food processing factories. So it's a nice way of learning by doing, and that was really, really nice and interesting. So, but we also in some of our practical class we had a project where we made some ketchup or confiture, or yeah, we learned a lot about how bread is baked, like really what ingredients are important, why is bread sometimes like flat, or why it is like fluffy.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can really see the differences in how the structures of proteins in foods, and yeah, so it's a lot.
Yeah.
And we always see like different perspectives of everything.
So what I learned from you is that your classes is basically quite heavy on practical. And I have one question actually. Do they sell the product? Because in here actually we also have kind of like mini factory, and they actually sell the products to the student here. Because
Yeah.
I think
Oh, really?
yeah, they
It's
have like a whole bakery in here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
really would love to like sell some of my own products,
Yeah.
but we don't do that at home.
Okay.
Maybe in future, maybe I can bring it with me when I come home.
Yeah, but
Maybe the idea.
it still sounds incredible because like food is our need, like it's the most important things in our life, I guess. One of the most important things in our life, and it's amazing to see how the food is processed before it's on our table, you know.
Yeah,
So,
I really
yeah.
love that fact, because like when you go grocery shopping and you see like a really nice cheese and you know exactly how much work is behind it, you really think about it and you take some, how can I explain? It's like the knowledge of it makes you more aware of like how much work is behind producing products, and this is like a really important matter to me, a person.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think we could move on to the next question, which is actually I'm really curious about what motivated you to kind of like join this student exchange program, because like with any other places in Southeast Asia or like just any other places in the world, why you choose very like specifically Indonesia or like very specific in the University of Jember?
At the beginning, I have to say, it was like always my dream to come to Indonesia. Really, it's like a wonderful country, and the nature is just incredible.
Thank you.
And like the people here are just so welcoming and so kind. I was really like, I was welcomed like with open arms, and that I was appreciating that. Yeah, but we have like such a thing that calls scientific conference in my university at home, and we have like a partnership to this university, and they are organizing this conference once a year. So I saw the scientific conference. I was so curious about all the things you're doing here that I can't do at home. So I always was thinking about like, oh, it was so nice to like fulfill my knowledge or get a different point of view. And I saw like there's a really nice, really good opportunity to come here with Erasmus, and so I applied, and I was so glad that I did, and I'm here almost 1 month now, and I'm still learning a lot about your culture. This is like really special, and I'm really privileged that I really get to know everything, because I'm like you know, I'm just going to my classes and have practical class, and I have a lot of new friends, and yeah, so I really live the life that you are living here, and this is like really cool, and I'm really glad that I made the decision to come here.
So basically everything is new for you while staying here. So I'm curious about, is there any struggles, or is there any, you feel that the most challenging things that you face during your study here?
Yeah, of course, everything is new. Like most of my classes are actually in English, what is really good for my understanding. But now, like with a little bit of time, I get used to the system. And what's actually quite nice is that you have tests every week, like small tests. They're just not that difficult, but it keeps you learning every week, you know, like piece by piece. And I think this is a really nice way of learning in general, that you don't have like a real big exam at the end of the semester, what is like usually in Germany, because we have the whole semester, 3 months, and then we have like one big exam about the whole semester, and you have just one chance to show that you are able to pass the class. But here you have like really often the chance to show your ability, and this is like really nice actually. So this was first a little bit difficult to get into, but I got a lot of help of all my friends in my classes, and of course the lecturer are really welcoming and helpful. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
So with like lots of like difference in your typical day compared to when you was in your university back in Germany and also here, can you kind of like describe your typical day while you were studying in your home university?
Yeah, I can. A normal day just starts like around 7 in the morning, and I'm having usual breakfast, mostly bread, because in Germany, we used to eat a lot of bread, but I love it and I miss it a little bit. So then we just start university classes around 8:15, and we have always our schedule that is planned like 3 months ahead. So you always know when to be where, and there's not often a change in the schedule. So you know your schedule, and then you're in the university and have like maybe 1 or 2 classes till the middle of the day, and at 12 is always lunchtime. And I usually go with my friends to the cafeteria, and you can choose what to eat and have a chat and relax a little, and then we usually have other classes or maybe a practical class. It depends always on the schedule. Sometimes it's changing because in 1 week can it be like practical for chemistry, and another week is like practical for producing a meat product, you know. It's like always a little bit changing. And then in the afternoon I always go home and cook something nice for me, because like I'm hungry in the evening. And usually I meet with friends in the evening, or we hang out like at our lovely harbor, because like I'm living in a town that is like directly on the harbor.
It's really nice.
Yeah, and you can literally walk everywhere, because in Germany it's like walking is a thing. So you usually walk everywhere, and you sit down and see sunset with friends, or having maybe a beer just to relax or stuff. And then I go to bed and the day starts again.
Okay, as you mentioned before about your activity from the morning until finishing with your uni classes, so are there any maybe extracurricular or any other activities outside the uni? I mean, the classes that you have.
Yeah, I have plenty of them actually, because like I really like to help people. So I started to be in the student body of my university, and we're basically there for helping all the first semesters to get into studying, and that they get some friends. And we're like 10 people of student body, and we organize some events or parties or get-togethers, just that the people get to know each other, and forming groups for the study cases. And and I'm also part of the student parliament at home. So it's just a small parliament, because my university is a little bit small. We're just discussing about everything what's going on our university, and this is like really good to know, because when you like part of the student body or part of the student parliament, you're always like a little bit responsible to get the information to the people. And yeah, I really like that kind of response because I'm talkative, extrovert lady. So yeah, I really like that. And I'm also doing a lot of music at home because like we have something that called Music Again. It's yeah, just a group of student friends from me. We have like a small little room in the university, and everyone is invited to join us, and we just making music every second week. So I really love that too. Yeah, that's a lot, and that's all of like my personal stuff, but we have plenty of other. We have a lot of people who are exercising at our university. We have like a gym. There is like a little bit sponsored for students so that you can get access a little bit cheaper. So yeah, we have plenty of options. Yeah.
That sounds amazing, actually.
So I think because you also have lots of experience before, I heard that you also worked before you entered the university. So and then after while you were joining the university, you also joining lots of extracurricular and club. And I think I really want to ask about something a little bit deeper. I think like in what ways kind of like do you envision this your study at Jimbo University to kind of like preparing you for your future goals or career?
That's a difficult question. But I think I already made an apprenticeship first as a laboratory assistant for dairy. So I'm quite aware of like how working is, like how is living when you're working full time. It's like, it's difficult, but it's okay. Like I really love my work at home, and I worked 2 years really full time after my apprenticeship. And when I started studying, it was like a breakthrough maybe, like because I finally got some time to feed my knowledge in a different way, because I was always a little bit upset about, because when my apprenticeship was finished, the input was also like finished, and then I was just working and just like every day was kind of the same. And I was really curious about all the things I don't know. So going to study was like the best decision that I've ever made, but I'm really glad that I have this work experience. And that taught me that no matter what comes, you would get through it. Just be calm and relax and see what's coming next. Because like always when a door shuts, another it's open,
Yeah,
always.
of course.
Yeah.
So it is nice to get all these opportunities. Because if I haven't decided to go studying, I would never be here, like in this context. And this is like such a nice opportunity to first go abroad, like, and really to increase your knowledge in a different way that you never mentioned before. So, yeah, to get back to your question, yeah, I don't know, I think people should catch more opportunities to do things they don't know. Most people are just too afraid to do that, but I think it's like the best way to get confident in everything that you do. Like you can gather your confidence like throughout your working or throughout your studies or through traveling or through going abroad, and no one will ever get it away from you. It's always starts with your memories and empowers you to do all the things you want to do in life. So yeah, I would recommend going abroad. Of course I will, even if it's sometimes difficult, but you will always like be in an environment that is like kind of prepared for that. And here I'm getting so much help, and I really love being here because like all of you, like I talked hours and hours about that before, but they are so welcoming and so kind. Yeah, I really like being here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, like everyone should go find some new experience to step out from the comfort zone.
Yeah.
So yeah, that will be the best experience to have.
Yeah, even if it's challenging.
Yeah, of course. So can you tell us about any interesting or unique aspects from your home university in Germany?
Yes, I think so. My university at home is like really small in comparison to this university, because this campus is just so big and like so naturist. Sometimes I walk just through the streets and I see like, oh, I'm like in the woods, you know, in the jungle. Yeah. And my university is like of course it is in Germany, and in Germany it's like always cold, so we don't have this kind of like environment, but we're really small little campus, and our classes are also really small, but the best on it is that you actually know everyone, like really you know all the names, you know all your lecturer, and the way of communication is like really close to the important person. You can always go to your lecturer and ask something, and it's like really a short way of connection and short way of communication. So this is like a little bit like a family, you know. Yeah, I really like that. So yeah, this is like maybe something that I would say about my university at home.
Yeah, because like you mentioned that there are not too many people in your campus, so people know each other. That makes like a greater bond to each other.
Of course.
Yeah.
Even in different kind of major subjects. Like I also know some of the mechanicals or some of the environment people.
Yes.
So like we are really together in this small kind of area, and yeah, you get easily everyone to know, like if you want to. So yeah, it's very like a little family there.
Such a tight knit of group, I think.
Yeah. It is.
So I think we're coming to an end of this podcast. But don't worry, we're going to talk a lot more about other topics as well, like cultural differences, and maybe we're going to do some fun little games and a taste test. So I think stay tuned to the next episode of this podcast. Bye!
Bye.